Hi friends, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. This is probably going to be quite a quick April TBR because I'm currently on my lunch break, so I need to get it done within that time. So for the month of April, I've decided that I want to read books that I only want to read books that I've bought this year. Because I have a tendency to buy books and not read them for a few years. I tend to buy new books that I'm interested in when they come out, but then still keep reading my backlist of my TBR, which is obviously good to be reading the backlist as well, but I never tend to read books the same year I get them. There are some exceptions, but as a general rule, that tends to be what happens. So I thought for the month of April, I would just focus on books that I have bought this year and just see if I can get through some of them. I'm also trying to buy fewer books this year, so hopefully that'll help as well. First of all, I have one that I've already started, but I don't think I'm going to finish this month, so I thought I may as well just chuck it on here, but that's A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. I am on page 108 as of filming this, and I've had to put this aside for a review book, so I don't think I'm going to get this done at all. I think there is pretty much zero chance, so I will carry on with this in April. But I did get this one this year, so it still counts anyway, which is handy. And then on to the other books I want to read in April. So the first one is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. I got this one while I was in New Zealand and I wanted to just make sure I got to it, especially seeing as I'm so excited to read this one because it sounds excellent. I believe Beth and I are going to buddy read this, which will be nice. It is also not super long. It's just over 300 pages. So I'm hoping it'll be a nice, quick, fun, adorable, easy read. That's what I'm wanting from this. But all I really know about this one is that it's like a cozy fantasy about an orc who is sick of like fighting and adventuring, and so she opens a coffee shop. And it just sounds really nice and I cannot wait to check this one out. He's also, Travis Baldry has announced his new book, so I want to read this one before the new one comes out and just see what I think of this and see if I actually end up liking his writing style and everything. So that's the first book I'm planning to read in April. Next up, I want to get to God Killer by Hannah Kaner. I pre-ordered this one because this edition is absolutely stunning. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition and it has these gorgeous sprayed edges. I am just obsessed with this edition. That is very much 99% of the reason why I ordered this. That and the fact that it's fantasy just made me think, yeah, I need that in my life. I mean, look at these end papers, they're stunning. Yes, okay. I have very little clue what this is about. I assume it's about someone who kills gods because it's called God Killer. So I'll read you the synopsis for this one. Kissen's family were killed by zealots of a fire god. Now she makes a living killing gods and enjoys it. That is until she finds a god she cannot kill. Skedi, a god of white lies, has somehow bound himself to a young noble and they are both on the run from unknown assassins. Joined by a disillusioned knight on a secret quest, they must travel to the ruined city of Lenraden, where the last of the wild gods reside, to each beg a favour. Pursued by demons and in the midst of burgeoning, I have no idea how to say that word, civil war, they will all face a reckoning. Something is rotting at the heart of the kingdom and only they can be the ones to stop it. And I have heard very good things about this book, so I'm very excited to check it out. Again, I also want to check it out. I don't actually know for certain that it's going to be a series, but I just kind of assume it is because it's fantasy, so I want to check it out before the next book comes out. It's also another short one, so I'm hoping it won't take me too long. Next two books are not new releases, and I'm kind of cheating with these, but I'm doing it anyway. But I did get them this year, and that is Daughter of the Pirate King and Daughter of the Siren Queen. These are the Fairy Loot editions with the gorgeous sprayed edges. I'm obsessed with these. So my copies arrived this year, however I used to own just the original American hardbacks and I got rid of those a while ago after I pre-ordered these. So that's why it's sort of cheating, but I'm doing it anyway because these physical books I got this year and I've not read this series yet. So I thought I would add them on and get around to them this year, this month even, in April. And these editions again are really pretty. They've got those chip edges I showed you and the embossing on the hardcover and these glorious end papers. And the synopsis for The Daughter of the Pirate King, which is the first book, says 17-year-old Alossa, daughter of the feared Pirate King, is sent on a mission to retrieve an ancient hidden map, the key to a legendary treasure trove. The catch: she must conceal her considerable combat skills and allow herself to be captured by her enemies, giving her the perfect opportunity to search their ship. More than a match for the ruthless pirate crew, Alossa has only one thing standing between her and the map: her captor, the unexpectedly clever and unfairly attractive first mate Raiden. But luckily Alossa has a few tricks up her sleeves, and no lone pirate can stop the daughter of the Pirate King. And I've been wanting to check this series out for a while. I've also read Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller and I really enjoyed it, so I'm expecting to enjoy this series just as much. The next book I have is an ARC that was sent to me by Harper 360, and that is Flower Heart by Catherine Bakewell. Again, I got this one this year. I also should read it soon, seeing as it came out in March, so I want to get to it and review it. I feel like this is going to give me sort of similar vibes to Legends and Lattes, because this one is described as a cottagecore fantasy romance. So it sounds like it's going to be another kind of cozy fantasy type deal. And I believe this one is also a standalone. Yep, a standalone. So that makes me excited. I do love my fantasy series, but every now and then it's nice to read a fantasy standalone as well. And the synopsis of this one says, Clara's magic has always been wild, but it's never been dangerous, until a simple touch causes poisonous flowers to bloom in her father's chest. The only way to heal him is to cast an extremely difficult spell, and the only person willing to help is Clara's former best friend, Xavier, who's grown from a shy child into someone distant and mysterious. As she struggles to reconcile the new Xavier with the boy she once loved, she discovers how many secrets he's hiding, and as she hunts for the truth, she instead finds as the root of a terrible darkness that's taken hold in the Queendom, a darkness only Clara's magic is powerful enough to stop. So yeah, that one sounds interesting, and I will be reviewing this one on my blog, which is always linked down below, so keep an eye out for that. And then the last book I'm planning to read in April is Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie. Again, I got this one this year. This is also the next book for Becca's Catch-Up Book Club. I believe the months for this one, because each book is generally read over 2 months, and I believe the months for this one were March and April, so I need to read this one in April. I believe the live show will be about halfway through May, so I've got a little bit of extra time if I need it, but I would like to finish it in April. I read the first one in kind of over February and the beginning of March, and I really enjoyed it. I don't really want to tell you what this one's about because I don't want to spoil the first one, but at the same time I don't know how to describe the first one because it didn't really have a lot of plot. But it's basically, as far as I could tell without having read this one yet, the first one was just kind of introducing the characters and setting the scene and getting the characters to where they need to be for, I'm assuming, the plot that's going to emerge in this one, but I don't know until I read this one. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. It was amazing. I had a really good time reading it, and the characters were done so well that the lack of plot doesn't even bother me. So I'm definitely keen to carry on with this series and dive into Before They Are Hanged. So those are all the books I'm planning to read in April. If I get through them all and need more books, I'm going to try and stick to my aim, I guess, of only reading books that I have acquired this year and just try and catch up on that. I don't think I'm doing very well so far in terms of how many books that I bought this year that I've already read. So yeah, it'd be nice to catch up on that. I'm also thinking of maybe doing this again, but with only reading books I bought last year in another month, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's everything I'm planning on reading in April. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, or let me know what you're planning to read in April. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!